Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the EnerShe Podcast, where we have conversations, never competition. Hello, ladies. Welcome back to the EnerShe Podcast, where we have conversations and never competition. Today, we are talking about something that carries a lot of shame and a lot of misunderstandings, ladies, and a lot of pain. We're talking about daddy issues. You know what I mean? So, alongside, my name is Adriana K. Granlin, your amazing host, alongside my fantastic co host, Karen Shirley, of course, and Crystal Fino. Spirit fingers. Spirit fingers. Love that. Yes. So, ladies, how are you feeling about talking about our fathers today? We're going to talk about you, Dad. We're going to talk about you, fathers. You guys ready?
For the first time, I have no one to offend.
Ha!
Sorry, bad joke.
That's funny.
That was great. That was actually really good. So here's my father, rest his soul, is in heaven, right? But it doesn't mean that we don't still have father wounds, right? Or core wounds that affect our everyday life, right? Because behind the phrase daddy issues is like people. There's real people, right? Real daughters, real fathers, real abandonment, right? And sometimes real disappointment, real grief, and real healing. That's the most important part. And so whether your father was physically absent, emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, maybe abusive, addicted, overly critical, or even if he just did the very best that he could, you may still carry wounds from that relationship today. And those wounds don't stay in childhood. They often show up in our friendships, our careers, our confidence, and our dating lives. I know they have for mine. Most definitely, they can show up in our self-worth. And so today we're asking hard questions and we're going to talk about them. And we're not going to blame anyone because that's not what we're here to do, right? We're not trying to stay stuck in our pain, but because awareness creates healing. So that's why we talk about these things, is to create awareness so that we can heal those things, right? And so let's tap in, shall we, ladies?
Tippy tap tap, tippy tap.
Let's do it.
This. Let's get it done. I love it. Ladies, let me kick this off. So when you hear the phrase daddy issues, what immediately comes to your mind? What do you think society has misunderstood about what that really actually means?
What comes to mind is how women make choices in their life based on how their father treats them as children. That's what the first thing pops in my head.
Okay. I like that. Thank you, Crystal. You said you had something funny to say. Say it, girl. Say it.
I was just going to say, I'd like to date her. I love a girl with daddy issues.
For the win. Crystal's
Bar is low. Bar is low there. Let me tell you.
It's so good, Crystal. I love that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God, that was so good. See why I love my friends, people. Just saying, right? Love that. So true. I was real dateable back then, I'll tell you what, before I did all the work, right? So Thank you for your responses. Looking back on your childhoods, ladies, now this is what I want to know, and of course, I'll take my turn to answer. When you look back on your childhood, what did your relationship with your father teach you about love? Did it teach you it need to be earned, that love disappears, that you had to perform, or did it teach you maybe you can't trust people, about safety? What did your relationship with your father teach you?
I think for me, my dad was always I always knew he loved us. But there was still some emotional detachment there. And I think it's from his own core wounds, right? And it was, there's so much more now, as an adult looking back, that I can see, right? But putting myself in my childhood identity and mindset, I think the idea I had of my dad then was just that he was there. Like, he was like,
Mm,
and I don't mean like he was always there for me, like he was just in the room, like
right.
he was just there, and my mom kind of led the show a little bit,
Mm,
you know.
okay.
My dad
Yeah.
was just the fun one.
Yeah. So dad was the fun one, mom was the business side of
Mhm.
things in your household.
But then it was like, well, I'll tell your father. Like, you didn't want dad to get mad,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
was, yeah, I don't,
Do you feel like she used that term as like a threat, like almost to fear your dad?
yeah. And you know what's funny is like, I feel like my mom, dim- what's the word? Not diminished, but like demasculated my dad and then
Mm-hmm.
used that as like, don't, your dad's gonna make that sad face he's gonna make. You don't want him to be upset.
Mm,
It was like a weird, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like,
yeah.
you know,
No, it's giving. Like
yeah,
everything you're saying is spot on, very relatable. I, growing up in my household, my mom 100% wore the pants in our household. God rest both of your souls. And my dad was very present, but he was just there, I guess you could say. And it was like when I was real little, it was like, I'm gonna have your dad get the belt, right? And my dad, being the amazing person that he was, would like, you know, tell me to put my arm out, and then he would like take the belt. He's so funny. I love my dad so much. And we put our hand in, right? And so it got my arm and it wouldn't hurt at all, right? And it would make the sound, right? And he'd be like, scream. My dad was the best. But but because my mom emasculated him so much, I did not fear my father, at all, like, whatsoever. As a matter of fact, if I was in trouble and he had to come pick me up, we were going for ice cream. Like, my dad was just a genuinely kind soul, but he was very beaten down, in a sense, by my mother's dominance, right? And so, but he was always just there. And for me, what he taught me was that love is present, love is safe because I could always call on my dad. I could always trust my dad. Love is unconditional. My dad taught me that for sure. What about you, Care Bear?
It's a Care Bear stare.
I mean, you're giving it right now. Mm.
Well, first of all, I want to say that this is like a really uncomfortable topic for me
Yeah.
because my parents are alive and well.
Mm. Hi, mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
Hi. And so it's like hard to broadcast this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually not sure how to answer that, but what I do know is that he was emotionally unavailable,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I'm not angry or resentful or anything like that because I truly believe in my heart and my spirit he did the best he could with what he knew how to at the time, and what
Right.
I do know now, and I truly feel this way, is because he is different with my children. So
Mm.
I think as we grow older, we learn from what our mistakes were when we were younger, and we do better, right?
Yeah.
And so, but when I was a kid, it was he was emotionally unavailable,
Mhm.
and he wasn't affectionate. He wasn't, he didn't hug and he didn't say I love you. And I do remember though, and this has always stuck out in my head, that on Wednesdays during the Wonder Years, remember the Wonder Years?
Oh my god,
That
what?
played on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock.
I loved that show. Winnie and, what was
I
that kid's
Kevin.
name?
I had
Kevin.
such a crush on Winnie, anyways, and
Oh,
the older sister. But anyways,
oh, absolutely. Every boy wanted to be Winnie, seriously.
I remember because my dad used to sit in front of the fireplace because he's a smoker, right? And that's where he would smoke in the house is up the chimney in the fireplace, right?
Yeah, like it's going
And
somewhere.
so I remember there were times where I would lay next to him, you know, and so or like, I think I was real young too. I was, like, real young. This was, like, in the middle of the '80s, right? So I was
Yeah,
real
we're
young.
like 2nd grade, like 1st,
Yeah,
2nd
so I
grade.
was real little, right? And
Yeah.
so and I think there was even times where I would put my head, like, on his chest, right? And so, uh, and that time felt oh, I feel emotional even saying it 'cause I felt, like, close to him at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But beyond that, it was beyond that, it was detached. It
Right.
felt detached, and,
Yeah. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being so vulnerable and honest and open, right? Because and this is how we heal, ladies. This is how we talk about our past and bringing up the things that bothered us or and how they affect us today, right? And the only way that we can heal is by looking at the past, recognizing where those wounds were caused, right? And so and even seeing how our maybe our your like you said that your father was avoidant, right? Extremely detached. My father, although a great guy, was like we called him Switzerland. He didn't have an opinion either way, and was always in the house because he was working unless he was off working and flying out of the country, but he didn't like stand up for us or he didn't stand up for me when I needed him to, or, and these things like cause, but he was, or I felt very ignored or neglected. So he doesn't go to the games. He didn't come to my baseball games and he was just there. Right. I can remember many times being in the house and my dad not even knowing if I was home or not. Right. So these are the things that affect us in our today. So thank you so much for sharing. Right. Our next question I want to know, ladies, like, how have your father wounds shown up in your adult relationships? Okay. Like, for some of us, we chase emotionally unavailable people. I did that for years. I was like, oh, he's totally not that into me. Bet. Oh, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, we'll see about that. Do we push away healthy love? Do we need constant reassurance? Do we have fear of abandonment or become overly independent also here because we've learned that we can't rely on anyone? What about you?
You know what's funny is I haven't done a lot of work on my dad.
Mm,
Being completely
mhm,
honest. Like I mentioned
true.
him in therapy the other day, and she was like, "You don't ever talk about your dad." I'm like, "He was a cool guy,
Right. Things good. Things were good. Yeah.
fine,
fine.
yeah." Like he
Everything.
he was like my coach in basketball and would take me to baseball, and he was active in the things that he wanted to be active in and present in those things. And I remember dancing in the garage with him when I was little, and
Yeah.
but was when there was conflict or emotion, I don't remember him being around, right? Um,
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
he was the cool guy. You know, anyways.
Yeah.
Um, and so I know a lot of how my mom shows up in me, you
Mhm.
know, and the person I chose, but I would imagine, yeah, I think I was there's a piece of that too where it's like when someone's detached or not as interested, I tend to be like, well, that's attractive. I like that
Mhm.
like how can I get them, right?
Yeah.
How can I make them interested in me? Or um but yeah, that's all I can think of. I don't really know.
Well, what about let's flip this a little bit. What about the positive side to that, right? Like, what about the positive ways that your father showed up for you, Crystal? Like you're talking about dancing, right? Say like my dad
Yeah.
would dance with his feet, right? And the way different ways your dad taught you that like love was safe or that men could be potent not all men, but like some men were safe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think in my younger years it was very like I wasn't a daddy's girl, but we had a like I was the only girl, I was his baby, I was his princess. Um And I think that did help me be a step parent because it did, early on, I was like, okay, let me just be fun. I don't need to
Mhm.
be the hammer yet. Like I just got to show her that I'm safe and I'm okay and I'm just going to be here. Like I'll just take the second, you know, I won't lead. Um,
Mhm.
and so I do think that helped, in my like being a step parent because he he did show me that like you can have fun. Like if anything, my dad was a good time, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Dad was the fun parent.
Yeah.
Love that. Karen, what about you? What are your thoughts?
Definitely emotionally unavailable men,
Mhm.
for sure.
Mhm.
Uh there's like I feel like there's familiarity in that, probably.
Yes.
Not probably,
Yes.
but there is,
Oh,
right?
I'm like, ding, ding, ding.
And then because when I don't know. Look, it's as I go through my decades of history here on the men choices that I've made.
We should hand out awards for the years that we've gotten
I
through.
know.
Just say, we should go back. We'll do that one night.
I mean, they've progressively gotten better,
Indeed, there,
you
sixth
know?
sense, progress, not
So
perfection.
absolutely. And
Yes,
however, oh God, this is hard. This is hard to
you're
talk about.
welcome.
Eh, it
That's
is.
why I
It,
did it.
it, it's hard to talk about, right?
It
And
is.
so there's comfortability and familiarity and somewhat detached and um emotional unavailability, right?
Yeah.
Because then also in that it allows me to be somewhat detached and emotionally unavailable too. And then there's this that creates a um sense of safety to where I could build a cocoon around myself
Yes. Mm-hmm. Boom.
uh just in case if you know
Doesn't work out.
doesn't work out.
So if I
But in
choose,
reality, that's
it
bullshit, and I
is
know it
bullshit. Yeah.
because in reality, I'm cheating myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like aware of this, right? And at the same time, like when I've experienced men like coming at me with that aren't um emotionally unavailable and uh pursuing and all that, I'm just like, oh, you
Too much.
know,
You're too much. I
it's
can't
like,
breathe.
whoa. But I don't know. I feel like there's a balance there. There needs to be a balance there. It needs to, I'm still finding that balance. I'm still finding that balance. That's my truth. I'm still
I
finding that
appreciate your
balance
honesty.
because I'm finding that balance
Yes, indeed.
because the one person who I have absolutely found um, safety in
Mm,
uh, ever fucked me. So that blew up. Talking about a male, that blew up all of it.
yeah,
Because let's go real deep here. We're just going to talk about it. Here we are.
let's do it.
We- It took me a minute, but here we are. We're just going to do it, right? Because it was
Well,
drilled in my head as a kid, right? That you can't trust a man. All they want is sex. You have to
mhm,
stand on your own 2 feet. Don't ever
mhm,
depend on a man. You can't trust them. Like that was drilled in my head, right?
yeah,
And so I grew up with with that,
mhm,
and with an emotionally unavailable dad. And so I made these choices based on those, right? But I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that. Like, there's
mhm,
a part that's never believed that, right? And, but it's hard not to still have that filter or that veil or whatever, right?
right.
and I still believe in the happily ever after, and I still believe that there's freaking awesome men out there, and I still believe they're trustworthy, and I still believe that they're loving and kind and compassionate and all the things, right?
Mhm.
Even with all the bullshit that's been drilled in my head and all the bullshit that I walked through and shit that's been done to me, and I still believe in good and all of it.
Right.
I don't even know where I was going with any of that.
That was
I
so good,
I
though.
lost my trail. I lost my trail of thought right there.
It's okay. You were talking
It's
about how you still believe in the good, though, in spite of
I
all of it, right?
I
Well,
don't
and the
know,
person that you
even
did trust
even yeah,
blew you up.
even with the stuff that daddy issues and, how we were raised
Mhm.
and the hurts that have been done to me or to us, I'm a 100% believer that I can work through all of that
Yes.
and still have a flourishing, loving, happy, happy ever ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it can happen.
it can.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Absolutely.
I've seen it happen for others, so why can't it happen for me?
Why not me? 100%. That's my boo. That's my boo. That's it. Oh, we're clapping. Yep, our little claps. And I'm super proud of you for thinking that way, right? Because that is the gift. That is the healing. It's to say, in spite of going through all of the things that I've been through in my childhood with my traumas, in my adulthood, in the choices that I've in the male choices or partner choices that I have chosen, that in spite of anything bad happening, I can love anyway. And I still believe love exists. And I can still believe that healthy love exists for me. Right. And that's how you know that and we're on a forever journey of healing. It's linear, right? There is no timestamp on like, you're going to be healed when, girl. Like, no, we're healing. We're all evolving. We're all in the process of healing. And the minute that we stop evolving, growing, and changing, and we've figured it all out, we're done. You know what I mean? So I hope that we always stay in the evolution process, so to speak, right? So thank you for sharing all of that. And you're right where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing and on the journey that you're supposed to be on. You know what I mean? Thank you for sharing that with us and our viewers. And for me, I will say that my father wound showed up in my adult relationships because it looked like um me also being hyper independent. I will never rely on a man, because I watched how my mom, she wore the pants. What she said went. If I ever wanted to do something, I had to ask. It was like if I asked my dad, go ask your mother. Um, things like that. And so, and my dad, although he worked and he was an engineer, but he stayed at home quite a bit. And I watched my mom go to work. And so, in my mind, that's just how it was. Right. And so, like, I remember my very first time getting married, you guys, ridiculously at 25. I don't like, God bless it. Where was my head besides in the clouds? I'm on drugs. I don't know. And I thought like I needed to be married. And, I married this guy, and I'm also emotionally unavailable, right? Because my dad, although there, was just present, and that's what I thought that men needed to be, was just present. And so I started taking on men. So my ex-husband, for example, he didn't work. He lived at home with his mom. Right? He dated girl after girl, and so when he moves in with me into my home with my kids, like, and I went to work. He didn't work, right? Because this is what was modeled for me. And I was so emotionally unavailable that, for the first, like, 3 months of our marriage, I slept on the couch, right? And he had to, like, ask me to come to bed, and I was like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, like, that's what you're asking a lot." And as time's gone on, and I've shared with you both, it's no secret, my dating history, it's top notch. It's stellar. My dating history would give anybody a run in the Olympics, okay? I might still medal. You know what I mean? But, I am so emotionally, uh I've had to work through my emotional avoidance to the extent that, like, like Pepe Le Pew, right? The skunk and the girl kitty that he's always chasing. I'm girl kitty. I'm like, "Ugh, get away." Like, why are you anytime a guy was healthy or attracted to me and he like really wanted to be with me, I'm like, oh my god, ugh, ick. And it would be the healthy guys, the guys that would treat me well, the ones that would, like, open my door. I'd be like, "I'm gonna use you and abuse you," right? And push you away from me. I pushed away healthy love because of that. And then what I would settle for is the guy who wanted to use me, womanize me, right? And I was like, because as adults, what we start to do, and I don't know, let me give you some free. I'm not a therapist. Free life coaching advice. Here we go. I'm going to drop it. We're just going to drop it in, right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, yeah, just right. Eh, when we choose our partners in adulthood, we are choosing from the deepest core wound of our parents, right? Our parental wounds, right? And so we are recreating our family dynamic in the partners that we choose. And if you're not healing or practicing self awareness or have actively worked on your healing, if you're how, so when people go, "Oh, this person felt like home to me," I'm like, "Ooh, what did home feel like to you growing up? Was it chaos?" Right? I'm like, because if your home felt familiar in chaos, then you're going to, of course, invite chaos into your home because it's what felt like home. And maybe your mom and dad didn't cheat on each other, but if a person cheats on you, it creates chaos in your home, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And so if a person does drugs all the time and is a raging drug addict with you, well, then that creates the chaos, right? And so we can stir up our own shit in our lives to call in our parental wounds. I have one more example to give you. I have a client, and I'm pretty sure I did this. No, I did this myself. I won't use my client as an example. I coach people like this all day, but I coach from a lot of experience. I dated somebody on and off for 14 years, my situationship, right? And why did I keep him that way? Because I could keep him over there, right? I could say that I was with somebody, but I wasn't really with somebody. It was a relationship of convenience, and he was there when I wanted him. He was there when I needed him, and I liked it that way. Why? Because I was avoidant, and so was he, and we could be avoidant together. And I could call him when I needed him, and it allowed me to keep the space and distance in this relationship. But I would be so upset with him if he wasn't like acting like a boyfriend. I could still be mad at him, right? And then and then it would help me question myself too. Why am I not worthy? Why am I not good enough? Right. So it would continue to reiterate those things that were playing on repeat in my brain over and over as long as I stayed in that relationship. And the minute that I broke up with those idealisms and started to sound like Karen here, where it's like, well, why not me? I watch people have good relationships. I watch people have healthy love. Why not me? When I started to question that, I started to gain access to dating healthy men. Right. And now I have a man who we are working on being healthy together, and that's what it looks like to be in a relationship where you don't have it all figured out, but you love each other enough to give each other the space and the grace to work on each other to become the best versions of yourselves because of each other, right? Because you want to have a life together, and you love that person enough to keep choosing them over and over so that you can heal those wounds together. Thoughts, Crystal?
You know what's funny is like I share and then Karen shares, then you share, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to say this.
Yeah,
I feel like
say it.
I feel like I shouldn't be going first. I mean, minor detail I've left out. My dad was an alcoholic, and so um,
Oh,
minor
it's
detail.
not minor.
Um,
Go on.
and so like I don't remember hugging him and not smelling beer, alcohol,
Mm,
right? So I'm sure that played a part in like allowing real love, I guess, in a way, or like affection. And like I used to be like, ugh, get off. Like I used to like push away because
mm,
he was only cuddly and emotional when he was drinking. And so like understanding that that is when affection came, you know, um, most definitely probably played a part in, the partner I ended up choosing and allowing that. And also me, I mean, a lot of my like physical sexual experiences are when I've been drinking.
Mhm. There you go.
And
See?
yeah. And so like not allowing myself to be emotional and holding that
Mm.
back, I think is a lot like very similar to how my
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, thank you for sharing this, Crystal. And that's why we talk about these things, ladies, because I know right now there are women listening to us who are like, God, me too. Like, I didn't realize how that showed up for me. I didn't realize how much that thing that my father did played such a role into why I feel the way that I feel, or why pull away or shrug or shy away when somebody goes to touch me or, show affection. It's just like, what are you doing? So, and the kind of partners that we choose. So this is, and I know that women out there right now are thinking this. So thank you for sharing that.
yeah, my body's
Right.
feeling it. I'm like, can't stop
Yeah.
fidgeting.
Uh-huh.
My stomach
Somatically, huh?
feels weird. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what Crystal's talking about for our viewers who don't know, like when it shows up in our body, it's called the somatic feeling in our body. And it's a way that our bodies express emotion, right? Or feelings, right? In our nervous system. And it can show up in like your stomach, your throat, I get dry mouth. I get dry mouth and like it'll hit my throat sometimes. But yeah, or in my stomach, sometimes tightness of chest. So thank you for sharing that. We got you, girl. Yep, we got you.
I feel everything in my stomach.
Do you? Do you feel nauseous right now?
A little bit, yeah. And I was about
Mhm.
the physical touch thing, right?
Mm.
Like, I'm funny about that shit.
Oh, you don't fuck around when it comes to that physical touch. She does not fuck around. I could literally come up and like bear hug her. Somebody else does that. My best friend will turn around and snap, like look. All she has to do is look at you. You will lose your soul. Have you lost your fucking mind? I'm like,
Like,
whoop.
I have to, like, I mean, because we all hug, like, in Narcotics Anonymous, but they're, like,
Mhm.
superficial, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
The
they're
Christian
like,
hug.
"Eh,"
Tap, tap.
but I
Mm.
don't even hug everybody in our, like, somebody was, like, asking if I would, like, take another service position at a meeting the other day, and one of the service positions that was up was greeter, and I was like, "Nope, absolutely not." Because I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I'm actually gonna have to touch people that I don't
Right.
feel comfortable with, and plus, if I'm in,
100%.
like, in a weird state, sometimes I don't want nobody to touch me.
Right.
Like, it's because sometimes that happens where I'm just like, "Whoa," like, I'm worried
Yep.
about my space and distance if I'm in,
Mhm.
like, in a funk for whatever reason.
Mhm.
But that touch thing, like, something that I've realized over this past, year and a half, somebody asked me a long while back, what my love language is, and I'm just like
Mm.
and, like, I know about the love languages, I've known about the love languages for a long time, but I've never really, like, I don't know, right? And
Yeah.
so and I really I've come to understand or, that I it physical touch is one of them, even though
Mhm.
I'm funny about physical touch,
Mhm.
but with the people that I love only. Like, it's like and I have to feel comfortable. Like, otherwise, it's like I have a physical reaction when somebody touches me that I am not comfortable with.
Yes.
Just touches my hand or I'm just like, I cringe. Like,
Yeah, that
it's
look will
weird.
snatch your soul. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this look that she gives, it's like and you're like, I'm like, "Ooh," and I just look at you and I'll be like, "Ah, they shouldn't have touched you." I was like, just, yeah.
But the feeling I get when somebody just touches my hand or my arm or my shoulder when I truly care about somebody is the polar opposite.
Yep.
And so, anyway, I just
Yeah,
wanted to share
it
that.
creates comfort for you. It's the complete
Yeah.
opposite. It's like invited touch, right? Like
Yes.
and it feels safe to you and it feels like
Yes.
safety, like you can fall into it, right? It's
Yes.
so
And
it can
it's really comforting, especially when I'm like there's a difference, especially when I'm like heightened.
Mhm.
There's sometimes when I'm really heightened and I just need to like isolate myself. But if I'm like heightened, someone hugging me
Mhm.
to like ground me.
Yeah,
that like, but it
yeah.
has to,
I know. I do know. I
full
do
physical
know.
touching.
And I wish I could virtually hug you right now because I could feel your energy right around that. I just want to, right? Meh. So thank you, ladies. Let's talk a little bit about what parts of our personality today were actually like survival skills, I guess, that were developed because of our relationships with our fathers. So like people pleasing, perfectionism. Oh God, I feel personally attacked. Just by saying these out loud. Hyper independence, difficulty trusting, maybe it was like always trying to prove your worth, overachieving, avoiding vulnerability. I swear I just like labeled all of my shit, but
I mean,
just
I don't know who you're talking about right now, but
at all. Pish tosh, right? But yeah. What do you think showed up for you guys? Those were like literally all my examples.
well, yeah, you just described me, especially like in the workforce.
Oh, interesting. And isn't it, don't you find it interesting that uh masculine energy is tied to achievements and work?
I have masculine energy even in relationships.
Oh, same seas.
Like, I am the initiator,
Mm-hmm.
the planner,
Mm-hmm.
a go-getter.
Yep.
I feel comfortable in that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Like my balls are big.
But like, who says that that's the masculine energy?
Oh, challenge.
say
I
that
like
again,
that.
Crystal?
I said, like, who says that that's the masculine energy? That's just what we've been taught, that that's the masculine.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's the I know more women that take charge than men. You know what I
So
mean?
true.
Like,
Mhm.
so it's like,
And it feels really natural and comfortable for me. It always has.
Mhm.
I find safety in it.
Me too. Me too. And it's not just about the control. It's not. It's to know it's like leading my family or leading my decision in a way that feels right for me, right? Whether it's at work, at home, and when I ask a man to do it, sorry. So-
I never ask a man to
sorry.
do anything.
I apologize, honey. I'm sorry. I love you. You are amazing. My man is amazing. But the truth is that if if you want something done right, you're gonna do it yourself. No, but it's like oftentimes we have to take the lead, or if we want certain things done, I feel like it's just we have to take the lead on a lot of things. But if I look back at the history of the Bible, okay, I'm just gonna throw out not that everything in there is accurate, but that's a horse of a different color for another time. But what I will say is it right? It does talk about how the woman, it was the woman in Proverbs 31, it's the wife of a noble character. How she's the one who leads her household. She's the one who makes the fine linens and clothes for her household. She's the one who talks to the servant girls and pays the people in the field. She's the one who goes out and looks in the field and gauges whether or not it's the right fit for her household and whether to buy that house or not. And her husband and her wife praise her wife because it even says that like she leads her household, but he's like the whatever, the masculine is supposed to be the head of whatever. I think nowadays, like Crystal said, like who said that it needs to be masculine and feminine? And it's just why not let it just be what it is? That's just kind of where I'm at. And I think that society created those labels. Don't you think, you guys?
I think it's based on like what skills you have, right? And your skills, I think my skills come from all the different traumas, right?
Thanks. It's my trauma. We should get Crystal the shirts. Oh, thanks. It's my trauma. Do you? Ah, maybe you have it. Oh my God. What? Oh,
Can you see it? Can you see it?
I
Wait,
can't. Glare. It's glaring, but does it say thanks? It's my trauma. So good.
the green one says having a mentee bee.
Having a mentee bee.
But
Yes.
but I think, because it's like I imagine back in, the 50s, however long ago, like, I'm sure there were plenty of women who just were stifled and they were like, why, like, they could have done it better. And it's like, it doesn't have to, in my mind, and maybe this is because I'm in an all female household, right? But it's like, okay, you're better at doing that. I'm better at doing this. Okay, you handle this. I'll handle that. You handle this. I'll handle that. Like, and that's how you build off each other. And like you have
Yeah.
someone who supports you and you can lean on them, they
Mhm.
can lean on you. Like, it doesn't have to be like you only get this and I only get this, because that's what we've been assigned at birth. That's what we're
Right.
stuck with. You know what I mean?
Right. Mhm. Totally. Love that. Very good. Do I
Did
have
you
to
ask us
ask?
a question?
I think I did. I feel like I did. Do you feel like do you feel like you have personality traits that have been affected by your fatherhood, like overachieving, perfectionism? Okay,
I mean, I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. I think,
that's fair. You
I
don't.
think,
It doesn't mean you have to,
I think,
right?
yeah, I think, the more I think about it, and this conversation is probably going to lead me to go into therapy next week and be like, so remember I said my dad was a cool guy? Um, he was, but, um, yeah, I think, uh, I always like to be good at everything. I don't,
Mm,
you know,
mhm.
like the softball we're starting tomorrow, right? Like, going into it, I'm like, I want to be good because my dad was good, I was good, and he showed me, you know what I mean? Like, when it came to like sports and athletics, it was like that was our thing. But
Mhm.
I think that kind of bled into other things in life.
Well, you sure can hit some balls. So,
Mm, you should see me in the
That's
bedroom.
Crystal's great.
I'm doing a lot of sexual jokes today. I'm
Sounds
sorry.
like you're also a good catcher then. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Actually, no, vice versa, the other way. Cut that. I'm gonna mark that. My wife's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
leave it. Leave it.
That is
Why would you cut
gold.
that?
So good. Are you kidding me? It's genius. I
Gonna make
loved
a
it.
clip.
So good. We're all talking
I'm a
about balls.
catcher.
What about you,
What are
Karen? What
you?
about you?
I think that I am constantly, I seek out approval, and
Mhm.
I have perfectionism in certain areas of my life, and but I think it's a combination of the father mother wound, which has to do with because my dad never like said any words of encouragement or never gave me any type of positive affirmation or never like did any of that, right? And my mom, the way that she would respond or react to me, it was in a way where whatever I did never seemed good enough, or like I
Mm,
could always do better than what I did. So so even now I see myself playing out like I need to do more or I need to do better or I need to, like, even with my damn grades, right?
yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Like okay, so I've been in school, it'll be 2 years August, right? I've gotten straight A's this entire time.
Yep.
And, except for the last class that I did before this one.
Wasn't it statistics though? But fuck
No,
statistics.
I even aced that shit, and
Oh,
I didn't even understand, but I figured
hated it.
that shit out, and I still
I
aced
got
it.
a B and I said, fuck it, because fuck statistics.
You
But go
chucked it
on.
in the fucking bucket.
I did. So sick of it.
But check this out. But this was, methods of, psychological behavior, right?
Ooh.
And, I got a B in it, and the only reason why I got a B is because the quizzes I took, I got A's in, but the papers and the discussion post, he kept grading me with C's. And I didn't change up anything that I did with any of my writings, with any of, like, I've been like doing
Consistent.
yeah, thank you, consistent with how I do stuff across the board, right? but the way he wanted to grade, I even emailed him one time going, how did you come up with this? Why did you
Yeah.
grade me like this when I hit the points? And then he says some circular shit that didn't,
Compute.
yeah,
Stuff that makes sense. Yeah.
he didn't answer
Hmm.
bullshit. Okay.
He
And
was
I'm
just
like,
grading you harshly, is what it was.
yeah, he just felt,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, this asshole, right?
Mhm.
And then dropped my GPA from a 4.0 to a 3.91.
Welcome to the
And
club.
I'm just like, oh,
Yeah. It
and
shocked, didn't
it
it?
pissed me off. You
Do you
fucked up
remember when
my
I called you?
perfectionism.
Do you remember when I called you? Because my teacher did the same thing and I was furious. I was like, this bitch is grading me so hard. Do you remember that? And
Yes.
it's because we're straight A students. It's our overachiever. It's our
Yeah.
perfectionism, girl. And it shows up in everything. Irritating. Because I'm like 3.9, you're a fucking genius. Do you hear me? But no,
Yeah.
And so
it's
check
not
out
gonna.
this class that I'm in now, psychology of leadership.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
100% out of every single assignment that I've done so far.
Yep.
So it's not me, it's
It was
him.
him. It's not you, it's me. It's not me, it's you. Oh my God, you guys are
And so I'm
hilarious.
thinking, I'm like, so when I ace this class, will it bump me back up to a 4.0?
You're on better. I love that you're looking for it. That's fucking great.
But I mean, it shows up like that because like I need to like prove it to myself. Am I good enough? Am I
Yeah.
worthy? Am I
Hmm.
doing enough? Because
Hmm.
and like when I was working, I did the same thing, right? Like I had something to prove. Like I always
Hmm.
feel like I have something to prove, and and I know that I don't. It's like
Right.
it's two sides of me, right? Well, there's multiple up in here, but it's like,
Yeah.
like I don't have anything to prove. I know I'm good enough. I know I'm worthy. I know I'm all of that.
Hmm.
And I still question, am I good enough?
Right.
Am I worthy of
100%.
this?
Hmm.
I need to prove it. And then at this flip side, no, I don't.
Yeah.
It's like a constant battle.
Right.
It's like, and it's ongoing. Mm.
So
Has
true.
got way better. Holy Toledo.
Good.
Absolutely. It's gotten way better because I'm not
Hmm.
9 times out of 10. I don't believe the negative lies.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
1 time out of 10, maybe, I do,
Right.
and I might have thoughts and feelings and reactions based on that still,
Right.
on the situations, depending on my hormonal cycle that I'm in, depending on whatever,
Could be
right?
the moon. Could be the
You
moon.
know?
You never know. You never know.
And, but,
Well, triggers will come.
hell yeah, they will.
Triggers will come, and that's the point. It's that they shine the light on the dark spaces that still need healing, right? And for whatever reason, not having your grade point average, having it be imperfect in our eyes, right? Because we're like 4.0, I'm perfect. Of course, I'm doing all the things. I am enough.
I'm smart enough and I'm good
And
enough,
I'm
and
so
look at
pretty.
me.
Look at me do it. I'm a
I'm
doer.
45 and I went back to school and look what I can do.
Look what I can do. I'm so smart, right? And pretty. And here's the thing. Here's what I've noticed though is that we're not competing with other people or
No,
each other. We never do. It's always us competing with ourselves.
self.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
And
I
I'm
mean,
you
that's
know,
a plus. I mean, if we look at that, if we zoom out on that, I mean, that's a win right there. We're
that's a
not
win,
competing with
sister.
others.
The
We're
W.
competing I'm competing with my former self, but I'm
100%.
also still simultaneously still living out old wounds.
Yes. Am I enough? Which is I would say that's normal. I would say, and it's up to us to heal, right? And we talk about this a lot. We talk about these things, you guys, where uh when I go into a job, I'm not asking anymore, when I interview for them, like, Am I a good fit for you? Which I hope that I am. And I would hope so if you looked at my resume and interviewed me, right? But it's really comes down to is are you a good fit for me? Right?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to be my best self here? Am I going to be able to do a job that I'm comfortable with doing and utilize my gifts, talents, and skills, right? That I know that I'm great at and allow myself to achieve whatever it is that we need to achieve at this place, right? And feel comfortable
Absolutely.
in being myself and staying true to myself and not overwork and not have to prove and not overachieve because I'm simply great just because I showed up and am doing the job that you've asked me to do, right? And so, and it's learning to heal when those triggers come up and address those. Like, why did that make me feel that way? Why would that bother me? You know what I mean? Right? And so I no longer, thanks to healing, right, tie myself to my achievements. Like I can achieve great things and I do, which I'm grateful for. And I do not take any one of my achievements for granted. I know where my help comes from. It comes from God, right? And I take his abilities on top of my capabilities. And I will make stuff happen in my life because we are the creators, like Kristen said, we are the creators of our lives, right? And I love that I get an opportunity to create the life of my dreams while on this planet, on this earth. And that's what I plan to do because I'm a doer, right? But I am not my achievements. They're simply a part of my journey. And I'm grateful to be able to do them. You know what I mean? I used to think that like if I didn't have this or that, or if I didn't have the accolades, or if I didn't make this position at this job, like I was not going to be good enough. I'm good enough simply because I woke up today. You know who taught me that? My bestie. She was like, "You're worthy. You're good enough because you woke up today." And I was like, "Huh?" I say that all the time now because it's true, and I get it, I mean it, and I like really get it. So it's important as we heal to let these things get down on the inside of us. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk about it. Like
Be
w-
about it.
be about it. You feel me? Absolutely. So I guess as we're winding down, I have a question. Do you think that someone can still have like a loving father and still experience father wounds?
Yeah, I think there's always something. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like we don't compare trauma. We don't compare, like the I think I had a loving I think my dad loved me. I think he loved me to the best of his ability, right? His dad died when he was 8. He never had a dad, you know? And so he was just I think that's why he was pulled to my mom because she just told him what to do and had to be a dad, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but I think even if you have a loving father, there's still going to be moments where people it's just going to be, you know, different. Because I know as a parent, I'd like to think that I'm a loving parent. I know
Mhm.
that there's been things that I've probably my daughter's gonna have trauma about,
Mhm.
whether I want to think about it or not, right? Like, but it's
Yeah.
less trauma than what I had when I was a kid, or
Mm.
it's less like severe,
Here.
I should say,
There you go.
you know?
I like that. Right?
Yeah.
Because we get a chance to do it differently with our kids, right? And hopefully as our children have children one day, if we're so blessed, that it's less for their children because of the healing work that we've done and the healing work that our children will do, and therefore it will be less on them, right? Which it should be the ultimate goal, which is how we heal these generational curses, so to speak, right? Generational traumas. I believe that they can show up in examples such as like a workaholic dad. My dad was a fantastic dad. Anybody who knows my dad is to love my freaking dad, man. My dad was great, right? And but he worked all the time and it shows up in a wound for me that I felt neglected. I could be home and he wouldn't even know I was home, right? And I would have literally said hi to him 5 minutes ago, and he walks in, or I walk past his office every day because that's where the front door is, right? Interestingly enough, that's where my office is right next to my front door. See that? And guess what I find myself doing? Working all the time. Do you see how it's so we can have these parental wounds show up and it can just mimic the wound that was created with us growing up, even though my dad was a great guy. He loved me and did the best that he could, the only way he knew how. And then I've repeated that. Now, how I'm breaking up with that pattern a little bit is I am learning or trying to learn, working on this actively, to put work down, to spend time with my kid, to spend time with my partner and be intentional and spend time with my friends and be intentional about that time, right? Because life can't happen just while you're sitting in your office, you know? Yeah. What about you guys? What about you, Karen? I still talked. What about you?
Karen,
Karen.
Karen. I think people are fallible. So, and even when a parent is loving and kind and there and emotionally available and physically available, people make mistakes, and children interpret with their childlike mind,
Mhm.
kids have bad days all the time and stuff
Yes.
could fly out of their mouths, and so yeah, anything.
Absolutely.
Words can hurt, and even great parents can say harmful things, and so
Mhm. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And with that, we're gonna wind this down, and I'm just gonna let you all know, whether you are the best parent in the world or you still got a shit ton of work to do, you're gonna create trauma for your kid. It's just inevitable. Sorry. Right? That's okay. There's life coaches and
true.
therapists when you do. Okay? Reach out. So today, if today's conversation stirred something up inside of you, I want you to know that your father may have influenced your story, but he does not get to write the ending. Healing doesn't mean pretending that it didn't hurt. Healing means refusing to let yesterday continue making decisions for your tomorrow. So, whether your father was present, absent, loving, or broken, or somewhere in between, your value never depended on his ability to recognize it. You are worthy simply because you exist, or like we like to say, because you woke up today. If this episode resonated with you, send it to someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the conversations we avoid are often the ones that set us free. Thank you for joining us here on the EnerShe Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Ding ding. Ding ding.